Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Sunday, the 12th of July, 2020. And yesterday we published our gold and silver weekly update for the weekend in the 10th of July. And on Friday we published a video entitled $2,000 Gold. Is it coming in 2020? And we've placed links to both of these in the description box below. Now on Saturday's video we highlighted the fact that although gold rose last week by some 1.2%, we noted that silver rose by a considerably greater margin. In fact, it rose by 3.4%, nearly 3 times in percentage terms, or 61 cents up, closing at $18.75, having actually touched on Thursday $19.07, albeit briefly. This has created much enthusiasm and excitement for silver investors and purchasers, with many now talking silver up to $20 in just a week or two. Now, we have to admit that precious metals have been rising for a mixture of reasons, not least being the slow devaluation of the dollar, massive money printing and stimulus injection, and as a hedge against very high stock market levels, which to many are unsupported by current and future company earnings. The coronavirus infection spreading even further, particularly in the US and other parts of the world, also act as a significant tailwind. In fact, Dr. Fauci has recently quoted that daily infections could rise as high as 100,000 per day in the United States. This would not be a remarkable move in view of the fact that there were over 60,000 on Thursday, 70,000 on Friday, 61,000 on Saturday, and we're already up to 42,000 today, just halfway through the day in the United States. Now, what has attracted our particular attention to silver, apart from breaking the 1850 and then the $19 level, was a report published by the Silver Institute. So let's take a look at what this report, recently published, actually says. Silver Institute report, dated 9th of July 2020. Headline: Silver investment demand up by 10% in first half of 2020. Investors flocked to silver-backed exchange-traded products and silver bullion coins. Silver's role as a valued investment was broadly on display during the first half of 2020, as investors actively accumulated silver in the first 6 months of the year, leading to a 10% gain in investment demand. Paving the way was remarkably strong growth in silver-backed exchange-traded products, which have posted successive all-time highs this year, together with solid silver coin and bar investment. The silver price averaged $16.65 through to the end of June, having fallen sharply in mid-March. The silver price has since recovered strongly, rising by 56% to reach $17.84 at end of June. It has since broken through the $18 barrier. The gold to silver ratio, the quantity of silver ounces needed to buy an ounce of gold, fell since its multi-decade high of 127 in March, and at end of June stood at 97.8, which is still very high by historical standards, and may signal that silver is undervalued relative to gold. Silver investment. Retail and institutional inflows into silver ETPs have been impressive this year. As of June 30th, global holdings reached a fresh all-time high of 925 million ounces, which is roughly 14 months of mine supply. The ETP growth in the first half of 2020 of 196 million ounces comfortably surpassed the highest annual inflow of 149 million ounces set in 2009. North American listed funds accounted for some 90% of the ETP inflows since March. Retail bullion coin sales jumped by an estimated 60% year-on-year. Silver bar and coin sales surged in response to a deteriorating economic outlook linked to the global COVID-19 pandemic, leading to some supply chain disruptions. This saw dealer stocks for several silver investment products quickly depleted, resulted in extended delivery lead times and higher premiums. The recovery in professional investor activity in May and June reflected improving sentiment towards silver amongst these investors, particularly as a leveraged play on gold. This trend was clearly reflected on the COMEX. Although net managed money longs ended June at 176 million ounces, posting a 40% decrease compared with end of December 2019 levels, this hides a marked improvement within the first 6 months, with net longs improving quite sharply between early May and end of June. In China, improving price expectations and a rise in price volatility has also revived investor interest. Silver trading volumes on the Shanghai Futures Exchange recorded their highest monthly total for the year in May, while turnover on the Shanghai Gold Exchange remained elevated after hitting record levels in March. Industrial and jewellery demand. Not surprisingly, the COVID-19 crisis negatively impacted silver fabrication demand in the opening half of the year. After a sharp contraction in the March-April period, silver industrial demand has shown signs of improvement from May onwards after many key economies gradually lifted lockdown measures. However, weak consumer confidence and a sharp rise in unemployment weighed on demand in many end-user applications such as automobiles and consumer electronics. Going forward, some of this consumer drag could be mitigated by flow-through from various governments' recently announced infrastructure investment programs, thereby lifting silver industrial demand. Looking ahead, silver jewellery is expected to weather the storm far better than other precious metals this year. This is due to the relative affordability and greater suitability to online selling of silver jewellery. Metals Focus, the independent precious metals consultancy, forecasts an annual decline for global silver jewellery fabrication of just 7%, against a projected 25% slump for gold. That has certainly been illustrated already by US import statistics, where its imports of silver jewellery, in US dollar terms, have improved from minus 65% year-on-year in April to minus 41% in May, whereas gold jewellery imports slumped by 91% in April and have barely recovered to minus 81% in May. Michael Barlerin, director of the Silver Promotion Service, an arm of the Silver Institute, focused on stimulating demand for silver jewellery in major international markets, stated, quote, "In June we commissioned a consumer research survey where respondents were asked to evaluate pent-up consumer demand due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The results were very positive, with 64% of consumers surveyed saying they were planning to purchase belated jewellery gifts and over 50% indicating it would be silver jewellery." Unquote. Silver mine supply. Global silver mine supply is expected to continue its decline, given the temporary production stoppages of mining operations in several significant silver mining countries due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Even with most of the mining operations now back online, global silver mine production is forecast to dip by 7% in 2020. Silver price in the second half of 2020. Investment inflows into silver are likely to continue in the second half of 2020. This is primarily a result of its safe haven status, a widespread belief among investors that silver is undervalued in absolute terms in comparison to gold, especially low interest rates, reducing the opportunity cost for carrying gold and silver, and unprecedented liquidity injections by central banks. As a result, the silver price is anticipated to surpass the $21 level mark in late 2020, with a fall in the gold to silver ratio to below 90. Well, a $21 silver price is forecast by the Silver Institute. They're also suggesting that the industrial demand for silver is at last beginning to pick up, with its monetary demand also rising at the same time. Interestingly, back in February, when we produced our 2020 silver price forecast, and we've put a link in the description box below for this one, this is what we quoted. Taking all of the financial data into account, including technical analysis and factoring in potential black swans and erroneous geopolitical crises, we can see silver this year moving between a low of $15.25 and a high of $21, with silver, providing Trump wins the election, settling at the end of the year between $18.25 and $18.50. Now that was before the pandemic really took hold, and in fact at the time was only just really being recognized. So, where do you see silver peaking this year? Do you agree with us and the Silver Institute it could potentially touch $21? Or do you think it would be considerably higher? Do share your thoughts. Thank you so much for listening, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell sign so that you're notified of our videos as and when they are published. Also on our Richard and Greg channel, link in the description box below, we produced a video yesterday on COVID-19 and today on BLM. So once again, please pop over to that channel if those subjects interest you, and subscribe, and again press the bell sign. Until next time. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.